Hello, welcome to Your Sovereign Soul. My name is Sienna, and I'm one of the coaches here at YourSovereignSoul.com, along with a virtual energy healer. My information is below. Today's topic is the importance of self-care after a narcissistic relationship. Self-care is important anyway. It is important whether you're with a narcissistic person or not. Self-care is paramount in your life. And I'm not saying self-care in a narcissistic way, and that should just be understood. Self-care is pretty much what you should be focusing on in your life, because guess what? You only have one ride. This is it. You don't get to trade it in for another ride. You don't get to take your Toyota and get a Maserati. You don't get to do that. I mean, I guess if you have a bunch of money, you can go do that and go get a new facelift or whatever. But for most people, that is not going to happen. This is what you have. So you better damn appreciate it. And part of damn appreciating it is self-care. What is self-care? And it's going to look different for everyone, you know, but I'm talking about basically for those people who have left a narcissistic relationship. And I'm going to say specifically a female, because being female myself, I can relate to women leaving a narcissistic relationship. But basically, when you leave a narcissistic relationship, you are like a little bug that is just in the corner, and you're just like, you're oozing, and you're just not yourself anymore. You're just so hurt and in despair and sadness. And it takes a while to kind of rebuild yourself. And it takes a long time, actually. And I'm only speaking for myself, because it is a constant work in progress. Even now, after all this time, it is a work in progress to focus on yourself. And those people that have tended to go and gravitate towards narcissistic people tend to be more empathic, as far as we give our energy to others very easily. And we give too much of it. And this obviously is to our demise, because we're not feeding ourselves back. And so we become empty vessels. And so one of our major lessons after leaving a narcissistic relationship is to feed ourselves, is to self-care and self-honor ourselves. And I know that is very hard for us, because we're going to constantly be looking for someone else that can fulfill that for us, as opposed to fulfilling it for ourselves. So self-care, what does that look like? I mean, it could be many things. For me personally, self-care is exercise. It is time alone. It is time in nature. It is time spending time with my children. It is baths. It is really grounding in and connecting to myself. Self-care is being conscious of what you eat. Self-care is being conscious of what you put on your body. Self-care is putting the attention onto you before giving it to someone else. And for a lot of us, that is an extremely challenging thing to do. And to such a point that sometimes I get so pissed at myself that I tend to spread myself thin and to give to others more than I give to myself. And then I later get resentful and be like, what the hell am I doing? I should be focusing on myself. And again, I don't need to say this, but it is not narcissistic. It is important to fill your cup full first before you're giving it to everyone else. Because if not, you're just going to feel empty and resentful and used. And that's not going to benefit you or any other people. So the importance of self-care cannot be pushed hard enough to you. You need to focus on yourself. So when you're in the beginnings of this despair zone after being, left, or you left your narcissistic person, even if it means just starting with something really small, like I'm going to take a little bit more time with my oral hygiene today, or you know what? I'm going to buy myself a really nice pair of underwear so that I feel good. And it's not about anyone else. It's about me. I'm going to go give myself a massage. It doesn't even have to cost anything. It could simply be I'm going to, go onto YouTube and watch some videos on how to exercise, or I'm going to, maybe instead of having my Frappuccino today, I'm going to drink a chamomile tea. It is about taking the time to cultivate yourself. And self-care also means learning things, finding out things about yourself. If you want to be better in finances, read and research finances. If you want to be better and healthier and look better, research that. YouTube is full of wonderful outlets of people who are teaching you some amazing things, and those that are not. But you'll find the right people for you. Self-care is pretty much, if you can focus on yourself and become the best version for you, which is really a lifelong process. But if you can start that walk now, your chance of pulling in another narcissist is a little bit lower. And if you do pull them in, you won't be able to tolerate them for too long because you've already gotten used to taking care of you. So, something small every day. Do that today. For example, today I went and got a facial. They scraped my skin and they did this thing called a dermaplaning on my face. And it was actually a great experience. And I don't really get stuff like that. And it was awesome. And this is the only face I'm going to get. And it felt really good for my nervous system to relax and to feel very feminine and to enjoy that. So every day, if you can take a moment in the morning or even before you go to sleep the night before and think about something that you can do for self-care for you, for your body, mind, and soul. Even if it's tiny, it doesn't have to be some substantial thing. Like I said, you don't have to spend a bunch of money. Just do something for you. And then every day, keep doing something for you. And put yourself first. So if your friends want to hang out with you every night, or your boyfriend wants to hang out with you every night, or whomever, maybe say, oh, tonight I need to really focus on myself. Or, come a little bit later. And fill yourself up, because by doing that, you're going to become so much more of a person to offer someone else. And you're learning your own boundaries within yourself. Because when you're with a narcissist, even though you may have done certain things as far as self-care goes, the very act of being with them, you kind of put yourself second in some ways. Obviously not intentionally, but it did happen. So now I'm saying to you to focus on yourself. Give yourself that energy back that you gave this other person so wholeheartedly. Give it back to yourself. Anyway, I hope this finds you well. If you're wanting to have some energy healing, check on my information below. And if part of self-care is having a chat with me or the other coach on Your Sovereign Soul, then by all means do that. Coaching is fantastic. I've had coaching after I left my narcissistic partner, and it was invaluable for me. Do comment if you have anything to say, but obviously the most important thing is please like this video. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and take care of yourself.